There's a strange thing that happens in our world. We are taught to be humble, but many times humility is not really humility. It is quiet pressure to stay small, to not outshine others, to hide your greatness so others don't feel bad. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start playing small. People around you smile and say, "You're so humble," but inside you feel something's off because you're holding yourself back. You don't celebrate your wins. You avoid taking credit. You lower your light so others can feel bright. And everyone claps for your humility, not knowing it's a quiet betrayal of yourself. This is the quiet treason of humility. It doesn't come with loud pain. It doesn't scream. It whispers, "Don't be too proud. Don't talk about your success. Don't show what you're capable of. Don't be too much." And these whispers sound kind. They sound polite. But slowly, they start to shrink you. You forget how to own your greatness. You forget how to be proud of your growth. You forget how to stand tall without guilt. Humility versus hiding. Let's make something clear. Humility is not the same as hiding. True humility is powerful. It means you know your worth, but you don't use it to hurt others. It means you are confident, but kind. It means you can be great and still be grounded. But what most people call humility is not that. It's fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of being seen as arrogant. Fear of losing connection if you shine too brightly. So you shrink. You stay quiet. You lower your volume so others can feel comfortable. But real humility doesn't ask you to hide. Real humility says, "I know I'm gifted. I know I've worked hard. And I also know I'm not better than anyone else." That's it. But when humility becomes a mask, a tool to hide your strength, it becomes a quiet treason. The reward of staying small. Why do people like humble people so much? Because humble people don't make others feel insecure. Humble people don't take up space. They don't show off. They don't say, "Look at me." They keep their head down. They work hard in silence. They apologize for shining. And society loves that because it's easier to be around someone who doesn't challenge you, someone who keeps their greatness hidden. But here's the problem. When you keep your light small, you don't inspire others to grow. You make them feel comfortable staying the same. Your silence may protect their ego, but it doesn't push them to rise. The subtle shame of greatness. Have you ever noticed that when you talk about your success, people get quiet? You tell them about your new job, your achievements, your growth, and they say, "Wow, that's nice." But you can feel the discomfort. So next time you speak less, you downplay your success, you laugh it off. You say, "Oh, it's not a big deal." And just like that, you start hiding again. Why? Because we've been trained to feel shame about our greatness. We're told, "Don't be too proud. Stay grounded. Don't talk too much about yourself." But we were never taught how to be proud and grounded at the same time. So we swing to the other side. We stay small. But staying small doesn't serve the world. You are not arrogant. Here's a truth you need to hear. You can be proud and not be arrogant. You can own your brilliance and still be kind. You can be successful and still be humble. Arrogance is thinking you are better than others. But confidence is knowing your value without comparing. You are allowed to say, "I'm good at what I do. I've worked hard to get here. I'm proud of who I've become." That's not arrogance. That's honesty. And the world needs more honest people who are not afraid to shine. Because when you shine, you give others permission to shine too. No one wakes up one day and decides to hide their greatness. It happens slowly, step by step, moment by moment. It starts when you're young. Maybe you got a good grade and someone said, "Don't brag." Maybe you were excited to share your success and someone said, "Don't get too full of yourself." Maybe someone told you, "Stay humble." But what they really meant was, "Stay quiet." And so you learned. Talking about your success makes others uncomfortable. Showing your talent makes people pull away. Being proud brings judgment. So you started shrinking. The fear of making others uncomfortable. Have you ever held back because you didn't want to make others feel bad? You wanted to share your win, but you didn't want to seem arrogant, so you stayed quiet. You wanted to talk about your growth, but you didn't want others to think you were showing off, so you laughed it off. You wanted to celebrate, but you didn't want to stand out. So you stayed small. This is how the fear begins. Not a loud fear, a quiet one. The kind that lives under the surface. You don't even realize it's fear. You just call it being polite or being nice. But deep down, it's fear of being judged. Fear of being seen as too much. And so you become less. The praise that keeps you small. Ironically, people praise you more when you shrink yourself. They say, "You're so humble. You're so down to earth. You don't act like you're better than anyone." And it feels good. It feels safe. But deep down, it's not your true self getting praised. It's your smaller self, the version of you that hides your power. So you learn. Hiding brings approval. Shining brings distance. And you keep choosing to hide because that's where the love seems to be. But it's not real love. It's comfort. The cost of shrinking. Here's what shrinking costs you. You miss out on opportunities because you don't speak up. You let others take credit because you don't want to seem selfish. You stay in the background when you know you should lead. You doubt yourself, even when you know you're right. You become afraid of your own power. And one day, you look in the mirror and think, who have I become? You're not weak. You're not broken. You've just forgotten your size. Confidence isn't loud. Many people think being confident means being loud, talking a lot, showing off. But true confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to prove. It simply knows. A tree doesn't need to say, "Look how tall I am." It just grows. It stands. It shades others. That's what real confidence looks like. Calm, clear, strong. And when you live like that, when you stop apologizing for your life, something powerful happens. You remember who you are. Stop saying sorry for growing. Here's something to practice. Stop saying sorry for your growth. Stop apologizing for your intelligence, your success, your strength, your voice, your ambition, your light. You don't need to dim down to make others feel better. You don't need to play small to be accepted. Your job is not to shrink. Your job is to grow, to shine, to rise, to lead. And in doing so, you help others do the same. Be humble, but not hidden. There's a big difference between being humble and being hidden. Being humble means, I'm grateful, but I know I've earned this. I'm proud, but I don't think I'm better than anyone. I shine, but I don't need to outshine others. Being hidden means, I'm scared of what people will think. I don't want to make others uncomfortable. I'll stay small, so others feel okay. One empowers you, the other weakens you. It's time to stop hiding. You were not made to be invisible. You were made to be seen. You've spent years hiding, being careful, playing small. But now, it's time to return to your true self, the powerful one, the confident one, the one who doesn't shrink. You didn't come here to stay silent. You came here to shine. And shine doesn't mean show off. It means be real, be whole, be unapologetically you. Who were you before the world told you to shrink? Ask yourself, before the world taught you to be small, who were you? Before the world said, be quiet. Don't brag. Stay humble. What did you love? What made you feel alive? What did you dream of? That version of you, the bold one, the curious one, the bright one, still lives inside you. They are not gone. They're just waiting. Waiting for you to open the door again. Waiting for you to say, I'm back. No more apologies. It's time to stop apologizing for being passionate, wanting more, thinking big, saying what you believe, needing space, having boundaries, loving yourself. These are not flaws. They are your fire, your truth, your power. You don't owe anyone an apology for being you. The world needs people who are full of life, not people who keep editing themselves to please others. Step into your fullness. Imagine what your life would look like if you stopped holding back. You'd speak with clarity. You'd walk into a room and not shrink. You'd say yes to things that scare you. You'd say no without guilt. You'd take up space without shame. You'd lead. You'd inspire. You'd change lives, starting with your own. And you wouldn't do it by force. You do it by simply being yourself, fully. You can be both. You don't have to choose between being kind and being bold. You don't have to choose between being grounded and being powerful. You can be both. You can be humble and fierce, grateful and ambitious, soft and strong, quiet and confident, gentle and brave. You are not too much. You are enough, and then some. The world doesn't need a quieter you. Let's be honest. A quieter version of you does not serve the world. What the world really needs is your voice, your ideas, your courage, your full presence. When you shrink, the world loses something only you can give. So stop robbing the world of your light. Give it, freely, fearlessly. Say it out loud. I am done shrinking. Speak this into your life. I am done shrinking. I will not hide my gifts. I will not make myself smaller so others feel bigger. I will not apologize for my strength, my talent, or my light. I will take up space. I will show up fully. I will be proud of who I am becoming. Because humility isn't about hiding. It's about knowing your power and using it with love. This is the real you. You're not here to be invisible. You're here to make waves, to build, to create, to heal, to lead. And you don't have to shout to do it. You just have to stop hiding. So stand tall, speak clearly, walk in your truth, not with arrogance, but with quiet certainty. The world will adjust.
And I'll do just the
Here's the truth.
same.
You don't have to earn your right to shine.
Let's
You were born
be
with it.
strangers.
You don't need permission to be powerful. You already are.
No.
So take the light you've kept hidden and let it shine. Let it guide you. Let it guide others. Because when one person stands in their truth, it gives everyone else permission to do the same. No more shrinking. No more hiding. No more pretending. This is who you are. Bright, brave, bold. Let the world see it.